This is awesome.
Oh, fuck. Hey. Good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talon Mix. It is a Smallville recap podcast. Thank you for asking. My name is Brian, so you're Zach. Nice to meet you.
Yes, hello. Brian, if there was any question as to whether or not there was still even a little bit of juice left in the Lana Lang character on Smallville, this week's episode answers that question definitively.
Just a hook, just a full stamp on it. Here's your answer.
Over.
It's a
At
no.
this point, it's inhumane to keep her on life support.
Who wants this?
She doesn't want it. We don't want, we just need to unplug and move on. I don't know what paperwork we have to fill out.
What we've done to this character, we may as well have just killed her off screen. Lana got hit by a car just so we could move the fuck on.
I mean, has any character in TV ever been, like a major character in a show, ever been treated more poorly throughout the run of a series?
No.
In more ways than one. Like, not just the trauma her literal character goes through, but also just the bullshit that
it's from all
writing
angles.
from
There's
a writing
not an
standpoint.
angle that does Lana or Kristen Crook well. Just a goddamn disaster. And I remember watching this for the first time and being like, I like Lana. Of course I like Lana. And that more being I could relate to wanting a girl to kiss me so bad that I overlooked just the worst writing.
That speaks to how poorly the character was done overall, is that the fondest memories are when she was like 1.5 dimensional Clark fantasy love interest.
Right.
That was their most effective.
And it's you. Okay, so what else are we going to do with this character? Well, let's look at it from this angle. No, Pat. Let's look at it from this. Oh, no, there's nothing there. No. Let's look at it. Empty. Yep. Okay.
Keep going. Okay.
She marries Lex.
No. She's a vampire. She's pregnant. She's
pregnant. She's a clone.
Fuck. She has Clark's powers. No. Oh shit. I mean, it is officially the end.
Put this all out of its misery,
Lex,
man.
I think Lex as a character still has a little juice left. The problem is you cannot access that juice until we get him away from Lana, and they keep bringing him back in her orbit. And once
any
she's
juice we can squeeze, Lana comes in like a little juice goblin and sucks it all up. And we're just sitting there shaking our fists like, Lana! You won't get our juice next time, like Barney Rubble taking fucking Fruity Pebbles, man.
But from what I remember, as soon as she's gone in the, 2/3 way through the season, then we get back to Lex stuff, and it's, real good. Some of the best Lex stuff.
Well, yes, they take the fucking weights off of...
Yes, he ends, from what I remember anyway, could change with this rewatch, but his character actually ends with a bang. Hers ends with less than a whimper. It's like a mercy. It's just the flat,
Yeah. I mean, we're clearly coming up here on an ending. Like we're gonna write this young lady off.
But I think we still got a few. We still got a little bit.
And this episode I didn't, you had texted me like, oh, we got this one's bad. And then, I pull it up on my tablet to watch while I'm doing dishes, and it's like, God damn, it's a motherfucking Lana episode. I had to fucking watch and talk to my friend for like an hour and a half about a fucking Lana episode. Like, this is not how I want to be spending my time doing fucking Lana episodes.
Look, there's enough to talk about here, and it wasn't like a chore to watch. This is nowhere near the worst of the episodes. I texted that this episode sucks.
Yeah.
But that's because normally you and I are like, man, Lana's character is lame, and it's not Kristen Crook's fault. The writing is to blame. And that is true here, but also I think this is one of her worst acting episodes.
We make that argument, and then you watch the first 10 minutes of this episode, it's like, Lana, you're embarrassing me. I'm like, Kristen, I went to fucking bat for you. Kristen, we've been on this podcast for years going, she's great.
It's not her, yeah. No, but look, she can be excused because what she's working with is absurd.
Of course.
I don't think she made it any better. Normally she does, but she didn't make this any better. And she might have made it worse with some of her choices. But I would be fucking phoning it in from Mars, baby, at this point.
100%. 1,000,000%.
And I don't even know if she is phoning it in. I just don't know. The choices are not.
No.
The choices are not great.
Yeah. Yeah. So this week we watched Wrath. I can't believe in 7 seasons of Smallville, this is the first time an episode's been called Wrath.
I know when they named it, they were even surprised. Like, oh shit,
we must have done Wrath. Check again. No, There's no way we haven't done that. It's the 7th episode in the 7th season of Smallville. 7's supposed to be a lucky number. This should have been great. Maybe
it wasn't 7 in the production order or something.
That's it.
Yeah.
So 7th season of Smallville, the 139th episode overall. It aired November 8th, 2007. In 2007?
Oh, man, 777.
This one should have been great.
Maybe it canceled out at that point. Just too many.
Yeah, just too many. It's just like, all right, we fucking get it. Come on. Okay, so I'm, of course, reading directly from smallville.fandom.com. Lana and Clark are riding horses after a romantic afternoon together. First off, we get a needle drop here, a song I don't know, but I'm just stoked to see a needle drop. We find out that they've had a romantic afternoon together. We don't get to see it; we just hear it in dialogue. Well, we see the horseback riding, whatever it counts for. That's expensive. So Lana notes that Clark is being very attentive, and Clark admits he feels like Lana has been distant recently. Just then, a storm begins, and as they run for cover into the house past the windmill, they kiss and walk towards the gate. Walking towards the gate, Clark is weakened by a piece of kryptonite. What's this random piece of kryptonite doing on the Kent farm?
They haven't encountered this yet. Was this a new meteor that fell?
I of course am very allergic to peanuts. And could you imagine if there was just a giant kiddie pool full of peanut butter walking toward oh no!
But imagine if the only source of peanuts or peanut butter was from a meteor shower that happened. Mm-hmm. Like a couple years ago,
mm-hmm.
and you hadn't noticed the jar of Jiffy sitting in your yard in the last 3 or 4 years.
That'd be
that's
pretty
on
crazy.
You.
Yeah, right. No,
that's
it's just
right?
I don't even think it has to come from space. I think I should know if a gigantic jar of that's on me to be aware that that's come there. That's not naturally occurring, obviously. That's not an act of God.
And also, especially if you work in the field and you are tending the grass and the land around you. How have you not encountered this meteor rock yet?
How have you missed a single one? It kills you.
Yeah. This dialogue, the opening dialogue after they get done riding, was fucking awful. It was
bad.
It was them talking at each other and just saying story exposition at each other.
Yeah.
But I know, and they have to do that at the beginning of the episode to bring people up to speed or whatever, but it was especially clunky this week.
It's any episode is going to have clunky dialogue because you got a lot to do. But that's where I wish, I think the show gets stuck in action adventure mode, and I understand that pit. God, I wish I've said this so many times throughout the many years we've been doing this now. I wish I felt it more. I wish I felt anything more in the romantic stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I think the problem, especially with a lot of this season, is the show gets caught in convoluted story mythology episodes, which I could give a fuck about.
Right.
Whereas the better episodes, at least this rewatch and for you and me, are like the most standalone, we're having fun
Yeah.
episodes.
Absolutely.
Right.
And man, isn't it
Right.
funny how that's the goddamn case? Just
Yeah.
what's a show where the mythology episodes are the better ones? I don't think we got
No,
it.
and I even if like X-Files, which I fucking love, I prefer the Freak of the Week episodes.
Right.
I mean, there's some great mythology episodes on that show, but ultimately you get to a point when you're 7 seasons in where the mythology shit is too convoluted to where you have to do exposition the whole time.
Right.
Instead of like, we're having fun.
Right. It's
You know?
all a good goddamn TV show should be. Is look at these people you like. Here, we have a whole bunch of people that what happens when a thing happens? Like
right, yeah. What are they gonna do?
What happens when a guy has fire powers? What happens
You
when a
don't
guy
want-
has ice powers?
Right. You don't
What
want
does Chloe say
50%
when he's got lightning powers?
You don't want 50% of your episode to be talking about other episodes.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just
reminding the characters reminding each other of shit that already happened.
Right.
We don't.
Those episodes weren't that good. It's like don't bring them up
No.
again.
No, why are you bringing up the worst plot line we've ever had? One of the things you and I have enjoyed about this season is that we're getting away from Lex Lana, and then this one just comes roaring back
Oh,
like,
here
"Hey
it
guys,
is.
remember me?
It's Lana after the juice.
I'm the Lex Lana story."
No, you gotta go.
Get in the vault. Open the vault.
The vault has now become a prison.
It is jam packed in there. We might need a new vault.
It's I need to install a new oxygen filter. It's getting a little gunky in there. So Lana picks up the kryptonite and throws it away, or tries to throw it away before lightning strikes the windmill and shoots through Lana and Clark. The windmill starts to fall, and Lana catches it with one of Clark's many abilities, super strength. What a way to write that.
I love the idea that Lana, she doesn't know she has super strength when she goes to catch the windmill.
No, you would have died like your fucking dad. Just,
Yeah.
What did you think was
Is
gonna
that what your
happen,
dad-
Lana?
Was your dad trying to catch the asteroid?
That's maybe it.
Idiots. Your family's so stupid.
It's in your It's been in Lana's blood this whole time to just stand there and wait for something to fucking fall into her from space.
Brian, don't take this the wrong way, but if we were standing together and a windmill started to fall towards us,
Yeah.
I'm moving out of the way.
No,
Even
no,
if
no.
you're on the ground, and the windmill's going to crush you, maybe I'd try to like pull you out of the way, but I definitely don't stand there and attempt to catch the windmill.
No. And like once that windmill starts going, once you hear that creak, that crack, you look up and you see suddenly that windmill's coming closer. It is hey, you take care of your shit, I'll take care of my shit.
it's
We'll take notes at the end. We'll go over notes at the end.
Yeah. I hope you make it. Good luck, buddy.
Hey, guys, see you on the other side, or not. But no, one of it. I'm trying to imagine from my perspective. I'm sitting in the back of the ambulance. I've got the blanket over me, and I'm like, he just tried to fucking catch it? I don't know what the fuck. There was plenty of time for us both to run, and he just tried to fucking catch it.
I swear I didn't push him into it or anything. I got out of the way. He just stood there.
He had his arms up like he was, I don't know.
And now he's flat. He's flattened. He is two-dimensional.
He will never be vertical again. So Clark follows as Lana tries out super speed, warning her to be careful. Lana doesn't have to try very hard to convince Clark. God, this sentence goes so hard, so fast. Get ready. Okay. Clark follows as Lana tries out super speed, warning her to be careful. Lana doesn't have to try very hard to convince Clark that they could probably make love now that they are in a quote-unquote equal playing field.
Oh, what a sentence. What a
So,
sentence.
what a
We might have
sentence.
needed a period there at some point.
I
This is
think
two
we
different
could have.
subjects.
I think we could have used a little work here, a little finessing of the language. I do think it's interesting. It is certainly implied here. We have asked, we've talked about, are they fucking at all? They must have
Right.
figured. I think we came to the conclusion they must have figured something out. We hear
Right.
otherwise in this episode. We are hearing that Clark Kent, our hero, ain't never bust a nut.
Well, I mean, he did when he was not superpowered for those 2 episodes with
Right.
Lana in season 5.
Oh, right.
But-
Right.
But if they haven't been doing it since they got back together, that's insane. That's insane.
They
Like,
must
no
have
wonder
figured
you guys have
something out.
a weird relationship and that you're having trouble.
Right. But it is notable that, like, okay, Lana somehow finds herself with superpowers. First thing she does, saves Clark. Second thing she does, figures out super speed. Third thing, give me your dick now.
Yeah. The best is Clark's reaction is, I don't know if that's such a good idea, Lana. Why not, Clark? What is wrong with you, man? How much like I'm starting to think the superpower thing is an excuse.
It's an excuse. It's just you need to
there's
have a
something-
deeper, larger conversation with your partner about your expectations regarding sexuality. Because let's look at the facts here. Your girlfriend wants to get fucked down now.
And now you have no excuse. You're 2 adults. You live together.
Now, what I would have brought up is that we know nothing about this power transfer. The kryptonite could have gone to the vag, something of like
Maybe that's what he's worried about.
the
That's what
pH,
he's like,
the pH
like,
balance, the alkaline
See,
stuff.
I think you'll know once as your dick gets closer to it, though, right? If you're Clark.
But Zach, level with me here. As a man with a penis, if you know the kryptonite shit is happening, you've already gotten too close. If you want to play fast and loose
true.
with that shit, that is your fucking
But
prerogative.
Clark, could he, in theory, use a normal human condom in this situation to protect him from the kryptonite vagina?
No, that's no. He could
What
use
about-
a.
it would need, like, a lead.
It would need to be lead. And we just
I'd be
simply
more worried
don't
about
have
that.
we don't have the technology for that.
I'd be more worried about that around.
Yeah, that's also not
That's
good. That
hilarious.
can't go in there. No.
By the way,
no.
this episode is rated R. By the way.
Yeah,
just so
welcome back to
listeners
Talon
know.
Mix Nights. No. So ultimately, yeah, you just gotta fucking risk it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe give it a couple days to see if she notices any green glowing. The thing about kryptonite, it appears to start glowing when Clark's around for some reason. So,
That's a good point. That's a good point. You could do some
maybe
safety experiments, I think.
do you notice any glowing? Or like maybe Kara, be like, hey, Kara, will you go hang out with Lana in the locker room?
That's
for a
it. That's
second?"
it. No reason.
Did you feel okay? Everything's great? No, you feel
Everything's
good? Great,
awesome.
great.
Great.
Awesome.
And then you can dig down. Chloe is at the Talon when seismic tremors rock the surrounding area.
That's fun.
She goes to the farm to make sure Clark and Lana are okay. Clark and Lana sheepishly explain Lana's newfound powers, and that their superpowered lovemaking was the source of the earthquake. We get a line here about how Chloe and Lana have talked about, like, I thought you guys couldn't, like, well, we normally can't, etc., etc. Clark is like, you talked about that? I'm like, yeah, dude. Of course she's going through town just like, he can't fuck me.
So officially, I didn't hear that part. I must have been because I was making lunch. So officially, then they haven't been having sex.
That is noted in the episode. They have not been having sex at all.
Yikes! She must have just said, "Oh, we haven't been having sex, but we have been doing hand stuff." Like,
We've been doing anything like all right. If we're just talking P and Vg, like, that's whatever.
Right. Hopefully, Clark is at least giving her oral, right? There's
You
no
gotta do the oral.
if you're not, especially if you're in Clark's situation where you're not doing other things, like you gotta. I mean, there's
Yeah.
toys involved. There's all sorts of stuff.
There's
they have
also
at
you
the
gotta
house.
be you please. This is what has anyone called the fucking what's that other show? What's the show with the calls? The small show with the calls is bad. Talkville.
Talkville, yes. I was gonna say Howard Stern though. Hey, this seems like can I come out of the vault? This seems like one you want me-
Yeah. We have Howard call. Hey,
Clark, let me ask you. Use toys?
use
toys?
toys? Yeah.
You fucker?
No, I can't fuck her. Can't, so you don't fuck her at all?
Yeah. Not at all? Not even a little? Man.
Gotta make you a lead condom.
Yeah.
Won't be good. Robin's over in the corner like, no!
Yeah, right.
I miss the Howard Stern show. I'm sure he's not whatever he's doing now. I miss the Howard Stern show specifically. What a fucking night! What a program! A 11-year-old boy should not have been experiencing in any
This is
capacity.
something that I think probably for the better is missing for the current generation of kids is since they don't have cable, they're not stumbling on things the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they click on things out of curiosity, but now you click on something, your mom's gonna know you watched it. Whereas
I guess
when we were kids,
yeah.
when we were kids, it was more like I'm down here, I'm flipping channels. I might even be touching the TV to do it. I don't have a remote. Like no one's gonna know I watched Howard Stern at midnight.
Right.
No one's gonna fucking know.
It was oh my god. I was not always seeking out Howard Stern provocateur, you know? I was not looking to be provoked.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe there would be a titty, a censored blurred titty, or maybe two young ladies would make out, which would happen on the show sometimes.
You watch Comedy Central in the middle of the night just so you could see the Girls Gone Wild commercial.
100%. 100%. And then finally about 11:30 to midnight, Scrambled Cinemax would play an episode of a softcore series and then a softcore film, and it would be all scrambled up. And that was appointment viewing on a Friday night for your boy.
I mean, it was not always a good thing because I can't tell you how much shit I accidentally stumbled upon or flipped past that just fucked me up as a kid.
Mhm.
Just like, oh, what the fuck, and not even like sexual stuff, like horror movie stuff.
Yeah.
Disturbing. I'm like, I don't what. Okay, go faster. Get away from that.
Right.
I gotta go 10 channels away.
Oh, it's
to be
beautiful.
safe.
What a time. Time.
Or I'm pretty sure I went the long way around on the channels to get to shows because I didn't want to go past certain things like that were too scary.
Wow, funny.
Yeah.
I would no, I'd be more of I loved stumbling upon something fucked up. And then if I could if like Monster Vision was on, that was dope. Man, I do miss cable. I miss cable. It was good. I mean, really, ultimately, I miss being 12.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's ultimately what it is. I was, my wife and I were in a retro video game store here in Richmond, and I'm looking at a glass case. For $89 is a lime green Game Boy Color, the same Game Boy color I had when I was 11. And I'm just looking at this thing like, for $89, it would fix me. This would everything would be fixed if I could just get my fucking hands on this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
It would be all fucking better. I'll be 11 again. I'll wake up and it'll just be like, what? Oh, it was all a fucking dream.
That's hilarious. But if that happened to either of us, we would be like, "Oh fuck, no, this sucks. I want to go back."
Oh right, no,
I'm
immediately. And truth is, I just don't want responsibilities. Some of the time.
Truth is, you want to experience things as if they're new again, right?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Which even if you went back to being 12, you wouldn't be able to do. That's gone. That's over.
Right.
It's not new and exciting anymore. There's only so many times you can play a video game.
Right.
I have. You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's part of the fun of having a kid yourself, I think.
Right.
Of like,
Vicariously live through them.
it's yeah. It's like, how many people do you meet on a day-to-day basis that you can introduce ice cream to? Like, oh, you haven't heard of this yet? Like, kid, I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
That reminds me of I was seeing someone for several years who had kids, and I helped raise them. And
Yeah.
the year after we broke up, I found myself on Halloween alone, and I was at the grocery store, and they were giving away pumpkins because
Right. They're no good.
Halloween day. So I took a couple, and I went to my work at the time, which was a restaurant, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to carve these pumpkins in the dining room. And they're like, sure, yeah. So I'm carving pumpkins. I was texting with the girl I was seeing at the time, a different girl, and I was like, yeah, I'm carving pumpkins at work. And she's like, you need a kid. She's like, you need a kid to I'm like just trying to Halloween, come on, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know. I need I need a kid to enjoy Halloween.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
No.
My daughter on Halloween had a Kit Kat bar for the first time, and that was like rocket fuel. It was a full just like payload into the tank. All of the pictures of my young family are all my daughter screaming because we had to take chocolate away from her for 2 seconds to take a picture. And she's like, no, you can't bring that into my life and then take it the fuck away.
I will never be without chocolate again.
And then you become an adult and you're like, it's not even as good as it used to be.
No.
They don't even make it like they used to.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it. And I just feel sad and tired all the time.
The trade-off is you've built up calluses to physical and mental anguish.
Right.
And you can, you can survive for longer.
I was just making a joke about, how a lot of nights out of the week, I'm going to bed 9:30. And it's great. I'm enjoying it. I'm even like, great, I get to go to bed. There were, in my 20s, nights that began at 11 p.m. Like, just, and I'd end up 2 states away by 5 a.m. But that was when I was young and had any sort of fire in my belly and thought the world was still worth experiencing.
Right, yeah.
And like, fucking seen it. It'll be there tomorrow, whatever.
It's funny because the first 25, 30 years of your life, it's like you're tired. Your body wants to go to sleep and you're fighting it. You're like, no, I'm going to watch another fucking show.
There's things to experience.
Right. And now I'm like, oh, good. I could fall asleep right now. When my body says it's okay to go to sleep, I'm like, yes, thank you. I've been waiting all day for this.
There have been days like we put my daughter to bed at 7 and like we kind of do a quick cleanup of the house, just picking up the absolute disaster area that having a toddler is. And it'll be like 7:30 and my wife will be like, you wanna just go get into bed? And I'd be like, yes, fucking talk dirty to me. Like, God damn it.
Oh yeah, baby, I want to go to bed so hard.
I want to go to. I want to get under the blankets and I want to put on an episode of 30 Rock we've seen 20 fucking times.
That's great.
Okay, so fucking leads to earthquakes, and so after Lana goes upstairs, Chloe warns Clark that it has gone badly before when Clark had his power siphoned off. Clark asks Chloe to keep an eye on Lana. Upstairs, Lana overhears them talking about her and becomes furious, breaking a mirror. Chloe takes Lana to the Talon, and Chloe tries to warn her, but Lana says she wants to use her powers to tell her story.
They're treating Clark's powers kind of like steroids in this.
Yeah.
She's got a roid rage. She's got roid rage.
Yeah. I think it's been a theme through Smallville. It's been a theme in Superman of like no one can really handle the powers but Clark, and that's Clark's real superpower is that
right, totally.
He does good with them.
Right, and that's the whole conceit of the story. Except for if we add another Kryptonian, like Kara is also pretty cool. And,
right. Right. I know it unravels quickly.
Anyone from another planet, all bets are off. But
Right. It's also, to me, like, okay, she is the object of the titular wrath of the episode is Lex Luthor, who will become one of the largest supervillains in just pop culture. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
so,
Will,
like,
eventually.
okay. She's
he
like
has
right,
cloned-
though.
Right. He did clone her and fake a pregnancy with her. And
I know a
could
couple of
keep
weeks
going.
have passed.
Right. He has killed people.
Right. And Lionel fucking Luthor in this episode is getting on a goddamn soapbox about it.
He's on a high horse. He needs to get
off.
Oh man.
At the Luthor Mansion, Lex meets with Dr. Jansen, who reports the results from Project Scion. The dust that is the remainder of Milton Fine's ship has liquefied. Fucking bullshit.
I love Lex is like, dust doesn't just turn to liquid, Doctor. It's like, it's alien dust. What the fuck do you know about it?
What the fuck do you know about it? You don't know fucking shit.
You've seen, Lex, all the crazy shit you've seen. You're going to blink at the fucking...
It's an octagon.
It's a very common shape.
Dr. Jansen warns that the liquid is sentient, ... and alive, only subdued by meteor rock. Lex puts it in his vault, unaware that Lana is monitoring him on her surveillance cameras. Lana super speeds to the vault and busts it open with her heat vision, then takes the data file on Project Scion. Ugh. Rough Bad was doing dishes. Oh, good. We really went way in detail on this one. Thank you, Wiki. I'm so stoked to fucking read all of this.
It's all the mythology. We got to really get into it.
Oh, God, no. Wouldn't want to fucking miss a goddamn thing, would we? Lionel is in his office chatting with Senator Martha Kent in Washington. No, Mr. John Glover is talking to a phone where no one is on the other side.
I love this, hey, Martha's still alive in this universe. Remember her?
Remember Martha? Yeah. She got 2 bills through. Pew, 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 pew.
He goes, you're finally going to be the one to put Kansas on the map. Except for Kansas in this universe has the biggest city in the world, Metropolis.
Yeah, right. What the fuck are you talking about?
Isn't Kansas already on the map?
Right.
Kansas has an ocean. It has mountains. Kansas is set in this world.
That's the thing, though. It's not on the map. That's the thing. That means something different here at the DC.
It's literally not on the map because it doesn't exist. So
right. There you go.
Yeah.
Because this would be fucking ridiculous. It's where Vancouver is. That's it. Kansas in the Smallville universe just is where Vancouver is. It's just also called Kansas. We're the fucking idiots for criticizing it.
I've always thought as much.
Okay. Lionel warns Clark. Oh, sorry. Clark arrives to tell him about Lana. Lionel warns him of the danger, informing Clark that Lana was responsible for his captivity after the dam broke. Oh, that's a fun fucking end to this. Like, oh, okay. Just a line of dialogue? All right. Neato.
Yeah, I love Lionel was keeping that little secret. And he just uses it at this moment. I feel like this is a weird. I feel like he would have saved it for a rainy day.
It feels like we set a couple wheels in motion. Maybe Kristen Crook was like, "Yeah, I am leaving," and it's just like,
okay.
And then, all right, you wanna play it out to the end? Ah, do I gotta do the last couple of weeks? No, I guess not.
I'll give you 7 more episodes, but I need to do a Chun-Li kick at some point.
Right. Give me one Chun-Li kick because that movie's going to take me to the top. And so I want everyone to know that that's my thing now. Street Fighter, Legend of Chun-Li.
I mean, we should watch in the Excuse me.
You doing all right over there?
Ooh, that Lana thought just came out in a.
Yeah. No, it happens all the time over here.
In this rewatch, in light of this rewatch,
Yeah.
we should watch
Yeah.
Chun-Li
Yeah.
to see if they treat her worse in that
Yeah.
movie than they do on this show.
Yeah. All right.
I feel
Between
like-
seasons, we're doing
Maybe
Chun-Li.
as a goodbye Lana
Yeah.
week, once her
Yeah.
character leaves, we do a Legend
Yeah.
of Chun-Li watch.
Yeah.
And we get 0 listens, but it doesn't matter.
I don't. Oh, buddy, we're already nearly there. What's the fucking difference?
into the void.
Where
This is all practice, Brian. This is all rehearsal.
practice, for our Legend of Chun-Li weekly show, where we just dive into
Minute by minute.
by minute,
Each,
just really getting into, just taking a fine-tooth comb and really discussing every thematic element, visual element of Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Okay. Clark is okay. So Lana was responsible for his captivity after the dam broke. Clark is skeptical and goes to see Lana at the Kent house, but she isn't there. Clark finds a brochure for the ISIS Foundation in Lana's book. Lex arrives and demands answers, knowing that Lana is responsible for breaking into his safe. When Clark asks Lex if he knew about the foundation, Lex notes Lana has been keeping secrets.
We talked before. It's nice that Clark and Lex have scenes again.
Yes.
But this one is about Lana, and that is the kryptonite of the Lex-Clark relationship.
Yep. They should
in
literally
terms
just
of
be talking about
watchability.
Xbox, and it would be better and be driving more forward. If
Seriously, literally anything else. It's still better than a lot of the other scenes of the episode because it's those two. But I was still like, God.
Yeah, no,
Can we
literally-
talk about something else? Can we talk about anything
this
else?
literally would have moved forward and been more dramatically interesting if, like, Clark walked in like, I don't know, you play much of Madden 07? And Lex,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, I
Or
don't
he's
like
like,
some of the
remember we
features
used to
they
play
added.
pool? Are you still doing pool?
You still,
Okay, cool.
still got the pool
Yeah.
table? Yeah, all right, that's awesome. Yeah, no, cool.
I mean, listen, if we had a scene of these two former best friends, then turned enemies, playing pool again for the first time,
Fuck.
that would have so much more drama than this
Sick.
entire episode.
They start talking. Zach, they start talking. They're talking about something. It's on the they're stuck in this situation kind of together. They got to figure out their way. They're in Lex's study. They start talking. There's some banter, a quip here, a little barb or a sting there. Lex grabs a pool cue and starts shooting.
Yes.
Clark responds, hits something. Then they start showing each other up both verbally and on the pool table. God damn it!
Or if you need to get some of this convoluted exposition out, you start with they see each other, they're friendly, they're surprisingly cordial. They start playing pool. It starts friendly, and then they start talking about fucking Lana, and then it gets more heated. And it's like, oh, we can't just go back. We can't go back to what we were, even though they would like to.
Right.
Then you get more drama. Then you get a win-to-win. And as it is, scenes are just start the scene, plot point,
That's
end the
exactly
scene.
what it is. That's exactly what it is. God damn it, make me feel something. Fuck you.
The show used to. There were scenes like what we just described
Yes.
previously on the show,
Yes.
and we will get back to that, I believe.
There is an element here though of like I don't know if you agree with this as the take. Almost as if Lex has another brief reaching shot at redemption. Like maybe he can get pulled out of this death spiral that
Yes.
he's in.
Yes.
And then that fucking bitch ruins it.
See, that's why I don't know what we're doing here, because it seems like that's what they're trying to do, which is Lex one last shot at redemption,
Right.
one last gasp this season.
Right.
But then they bring the Lana shit in again, and it's like he reverts back to like mustache twirling about it.
right.
It's like, I got what I wanted, Clark. She's obsessed with me, blah, 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 which we'll get into later.
And
It's like-
yeah.
I thought you were like trying to be like, I'm past that. I'm moving past all that. I'm trying to make amends.
Fucking goddamn. Missed opportunities here. Missed opportunities.
Lana, he had the juice was coming out, and she just dove right.
The
in front
fucking
of it.
juice Goblin. Lana Lang's gonna get her juice. That's the song she sings. She stomps into the room, just ruining whatever fucking scene she's in. Okay, Lois is trying to get Grant Gabriel to print her latest story when Lana arrives to speak with Grant. She gives him the hard drive and reports that it will expose Lex. When he refuses to do so with stolen evidence, Lana starts tossing him around. I did love this fucking bit of Grant Gabriel, editor-in-chief right now of the Daily Planet, is like, we're not gonna write a story based on stolen evidence. What? You're not a fucking cop.
Right.
I don't think that's how that fucking works. I mean, surely you want to maybe verify it. You want to independently make
Talk
sure
to
this
your
is anything.
lawyers, your legal team.
Right. But like, what? No, that you could do that.
I think there's going to be a reveal as to why he doesn't want to investigate the Luthers at some point.
I see.
So maybe they're a step ahead of us, but also, yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. So Lana is tossing Grant Gabriel around. Lois goes to defend Grant and she kicks Lois through a window. Lana declares that she will take care of Lex on her own. Lex, once again, the bad guy.
Lana concussion.
Lana concussion.
Or no, Lois. Lois.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm going to go with it. Yes, definitely a Lois concussion here. Clark meets Lois and Chloe at Smallville Medical Center, where Lois is waiting to be treated. Lois tells them that Lana assaulted her after mentioning Project Scion and that she intends to find out what that is. I love Lois is like, don't forget to get your Lana flowers for Valentine's Day. She gets a violent.
Look, you and I love Lois as a character. She really needs to interact with. She needs her dynamic with
she ain't
Clark.
got a story right now. That's good.
No, her dynamic with Clark is what's sparkling about her.
Right.
Right. When we do Lois on her own, sometimes it's not so great.
No, because there's nothing
Gabriel
for her to fucking do here. This is all.
No,
nothing.
we were excited about the Grant Gabriel thing first because it's like, oh, flirty fun, but literally nothing is happening.
Nothing
it's
is
just
happening.
Moving at a glacial pace. We check in on them every 2 episodes. It's like, yeah, we're still doing this thing.
Any progress here? No.
No. Literally every character on this show is waiting for Lana to move the fuck on so their character can thrive. Yeah. Everyone on the show.
Yeah. It's a real It's a real Pete conundrum. It's
worse. Pete didn't spread it and affect everyone else on the show.
You're right. Yeah, Pete was mostly a hamper to Chloe. And even then, I don't think Chloe swept that ground up like I thought she was going to.
No. Pete was mostly just a black hole in and of himself.
Right.
Like he wasn't like sucking up surrounding star systems.
It's
into his.
Lana has gone nuclear. Like there is a meltdown happening.
The core supernova or whatever
like,
the fucking
You got dudes in like hazmat suits rushing around trying to contain this.
Yeah, the radius is huge. It's spreading.
They have like
it's like fucking Fortnite. The fucking mist is spreading.
Yes, but like even like the dudes in the hazmat gear, they have these like clicking devices. You know, as they get around the reader, it starts to click rapidly around Lex. Like, oh no, he's contaminated.
Oh no, now it's getting to Lois.
What? No, it's because I gotta just shoot you in the back of the head if Lois is in any scenes with you. Except for Clark, who's Superman, of course. After Lois is called into the examining room, Clark and Chloe agree that Lana is getting more aggressive, and Clark goes to track her down. Oh, there's so much left. Oh my God, there's so much fucking left.
All right, go. Just go.
Yeah.
Just go, man.
Later, Lois slips out of the hospital and runs into Grant, who has brought her flowers and tries to warn her off the story. As they are in the elevator, she acknowledges the flirting and sexual tension between them, but declares that office romances never work. She refuses to back off the story and leaves. Chloe and Clark try to track down Project Scion, and Clark wonders if Lex might have changed. Chloe is skeptical, and Clark admits that he has been wondering about Lana ever since her return. He asks Chloe about the ISIS Foundation, and she decides to show him the office. Meanwhile, Lex is in his car talking to Dr. Jansen on his cell phone when he swerves to stop trying to avoid Lana, who is standing in the street. She shatters his windshield with her superpowers. Any thoughts?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, we show Chloe showing Clark the office. I guess I don't have a thought. I was just like, that scene's weird. That was a weird scene.
Does she have a key? Does Chloe have a key to the office, or did they break in? They must have broken in.
It would be pretty easy for Clark to break in, right?
Sure.
I think they could pull that one off.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Once again, I really do want to note here, I don't think Lana has done anything that any other character on this television show hasn't done.
No, she just got a little bit of a toot about it.
Right. Right. Which, wouldn't you? She's been through a lot.
Oh, I would have had a toot a long time ago if I was Lana. I wouldn't have stuck around Smallville past 16 if I was Lana. I'd have gone.
Fuck this.
Long gone.
Chloe takes Clark to Lana's ISIS office, and he uses his X-ray vision to find the surveillance chamber. They tap into a recording of Lex's cell phone and overhear him telling Lana that Project Scion is at plant number 4. What I loved this was like, can you rewind the clip? It's a clip, Clark. It's 2007. Yeah, you could do that.
How do I rewind?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can drag the. Yeah, I think you can pull that one off, buddy. And they could, to be fair. But Clark lives on a farm and has never seen a computer.
Chloe, you're this computer whiz.
Yeah.
How do we rewind this? Can you hack into this?
You can hack into whatever government database the plot needs you to. Now, can you use that power to rewind this audio file? Awesome. Lana has taken Lex to the plant and finds out that he is tracking aliens. Lex believes it is all related and believes she is still obsessed with him. He points out he hasn't hurt anyone and other aliens are on the way. Lana doesn't believe him and prepares to electrocute him. Lex points out that Clark will never consider her the same way again if she kills him. Lex kisses Lana, but she chokes him and throws him into a wall, knocking him out. Lex concussion.
Lex concussion. You know what I like? They know this is his last season, I think, and they're really going for it with the concussions. This is his third one this season. This is their last chance to run up those numbers.
Throw everything against the wall, and by everything, I mean Lex Luthor's head.
I got to get at least another one before the end of the season, right? Come on. We got to get... I'm hoping 2 or 3.
What are we at for the season?
2 or 3 more. 3 for the season.
Wow.
Last season, we only had 2. The most we've ever had is season 1. He had 6. We're making a run at that. We're on pace.
We can get there. This is episode 7.
7 episodes in. Yeah, we got to keep pace with that.
Oh, we can blast that one out of here. We're gonna make that guy's skull explode. Clark arrives and tries to intervene, and Lana attacks him. The two fight, and the container with the spaceship liquid and the kryptonite falls out, weakening both Lana and Clark. I'm glad we're reading this. I was not following the actual A-plot at all.
No, yeah, I was in and out. I gotta be fair at this point.
It's the emotional sticks, quote unquote. I was following perfectly. The fucking
This is where we get the Chun-Li kick, though. She does a spinning Chun-Li kick on Clark.
Right, of course. Clark breaks the vial apart, throwing the liquid away and running an electrical charge through the kryptonite and Lana. This reverses the power transfer, and Lana loses her powers. As he tends to Lana, the liquid flows away on its own. How is there so much left? Oh my god, what did you possibly fucking write? That's it, that's the end of the episode!
It's all just wrap up after that.
You gotta be fucking kidding me! Okay. If like this was on paper, this is a solid like page left.
Oh gosh.
At the Daily Planet, Grant assures someone over the phone that it has been taken care of, and he erases the computer files on Project Scion. Gasp. Collusion.
No collusion.
No collusion. Get back. We fucking open the goddamn vault. Get back to fucking
sorry.
there.
Yeah, sorry, Howard. You got to go in there too. Oh fuck.
Lois. Did they scamper in?
That was the vault closing.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh, I heard it now.
Click, click, click.
There we go.
If this jump was scampering, it'd be louder stomps than that.
Yeah, right. I thought it was Donald Trump and Howard Stern doing little tippy toes together.
Let's go.
God, this podcast is unlistenable to anyone who has not been following us from the beginning. Like, this is nonsense.
Talk about convoluted mythology.
Can you imagine if I said to someone, like, I have a Smallville podcast, you should listen to it, which, to be clear, I never say you should listen to it. No, of course not. Like, imagine somebody putting this episode on and like, what the fuck are they talking? What the fuck is this?
Yeah. This is what it is, guys.
This is what it is. Okay.
Listen, we have a vault where we put things we don't want to talk about or acknowledge, or that we talked about too much and that we need to take a break from. So Doctor Strange 2 we complained about a lot. That's in the vault.
Right.
Howard Stern is in the vault because we're doing too many Howard Stern jokes.
Right.
And then Donald Trump is in the vault because he fucking sucks.
So
he's in the vault also.
Because it's now been retrofitted into a prison.
Not to be too political, but the guy fucking sucks.
That hot take that he's bad at his job. I was just thinking about how a political comedy feels especially like just limp right now because it's just telling us all how we feel, and I don't need you to tell me how I feel. I know how I feel.
Yeah.
Rather than channeling it into something fucking insane because I feel fucking insane. It's just, you feel fucking crazy. Mm-hmm.
Right. Also, political comedy used to be, let's take the absurd thing and bring it to its extreme so that it's like even more absurd to illustrate the absurdity.
Right.
Now we're at the extreme. You can't
nothing
make it more
Yeah.
extreme and absurd.
That's why there's never been a truly very good Donald Trump bit. I think there's been like 2 or 3 jokes through that.
The best you can do
era.
is like the impression sounds like him, and that's funny.
Right. But it's not a very rich text. There's not a lot of substance there to like make a good joke out of.
No.
There's like a very small handful of like pretty good bits, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has been taken care of by Grant. He erases the computer files on Project Scion. Lois arrives at his office to report she hasn't found any evidence to support Lana's story. She wants to talk about their encounter at the hospital, and Grant kisses her.
Inappropriate.
She considers for a moment, jokes about sexual harassment, and then kisses him back. Yo, spicy.
Yeah, that's the writers being like, if we acknowledge it, it's not sketchy.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
That's how.
Isn't that right, writer? Oh, no, he's shaking his head.
Just don't. That's probably a good idea. Actually, probably don't answer that one. Clark goes to ask Lex if he plans to press charges against Lana. Lex says he has nothing planned and notes that Lana displayed her true feelings for him. He thinks she'll never move beyond her obsession. Lana returns to her surveillance center to find the cameras disabled and Chloe waiting for her. Chloe is not impressed with Lana's excuses and doesn't believe she can give Clark the loyalty he deserves. Lana insists she'd do anything for Clark, and Chloe notes she'd even kill for him. Chloe wonders if Lana will bring Clark down and warns she'll prevent it any way she can. What the fuck is everyone goddamn preaching about right now?
Yes.
Not
this scene. This did not ring true to me. Even like Chloe, that's not the position she would take.
right.
And the idea of her confronting Lana about this is fucking clown shoes.
Yeah.
Just
It's
Chloe, shut the fuck up.
Lana sucks so bad. It sucks. The whole thing sucks. But this show is putting me in a situation where I have to defend the Juice Goblin? No, thank you. God, I feel like we tapped
Lana,
this.
not to juice. How'd the song go?
Lana, well, it changes every time. It goes a little differently every time, but she stomp. Lana wants all the juice. She's still working on it. I'm so sad we came up with this. So, like, I think this
I
is a rich
know.
vein that, like,
Well,
God,
when
I
we
wish.
go through again.
Yeah.
When we go through
Yeah.
again.
This... Juice?
Can you imagine
Just a little
if the
fucking
girl-
column.
say you're Lana.
Yeah.
And you're with a guy named Clark, and the girl who grew up in love with him that he never she was always second choice and he never chose her, comes up to you and is like, I won't let you hurt him.
How
I'd be like,
about you get
bitch,
fucked?
fuck off. Get a
Fuck
life.
Right
Get
the
a
fuck off.
life.
You fucked it up with fucking Jimmy. Goddamn Superman's fucking nerd friend, Jimmy. Fuck off.
And like, does Chloe actually think Lana's gonna hurt Clark?
I have no
of
fucking
course
idea.
Not.
Yeah, right.
Of
No.
course not.
No. Ugh.
Stupid.
Lex is in the Project Scion labs with Dr. Jansen trying to find the missing liquid substance. After he leaves, the material slips out from hiding and attaches itself to a female lab technician. So this is a way to get more Brainiac without bringing back Marsters.
Oh, they're bringing back Marsters, buddy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I love they're like, find it. We can't find this glue. Oh, look, it's right there on that table.
There you
Oh,
go.
shit, we
There's
didn't
all
look-
the goo.
We didn't look very extensively, to be
No.
honest.
I mean,
We
that's...
did- literally right there.
I mean, it really is
Sorry.
like my wife asked me to go find something, and I'm like, I can't fucking find it anywhere in this house. And then she gets up to look, and it's just that moment of fuck, please don't.
But
please
it's
don't
not
find
that
it,
big
please
of a lab. Look, even if I wasn't looking for it, if there was black goo on the table, if there was a coffee spilled on the table, I'm going to notice it pretty
don't.
quick.
Yeah, right. Zach, I come to your house and there's goo on the table. I'm like, hey, what's up with that goo? You got space
I'll be
goo?
like, as long as you're focused on the goo and not the giant room I have dedicated to you, then
That's
we're,
it.
we're good to
That's
go.
it. That's it.
Brian, I can see how you would think this is all about you, but it's not. That's my line.
Beautiful. Clark meets with Lana at the barn, and she tries to convince him she would never hurt him. She refuses to apologize for going to extremes to protect the person she loves, and Clark notes how she sounds like Lex. Lana notes, shut up,
Yeah,
Clark. We've
just
been
go
yelling at other
fuck
people on their
yourself.
high horses. Clark, shut up.
Why don't you put on a leather jacket and go steal your dad's motorcycle again, you
Yeah,
fucking
right.
hypocrite?
I was playing on the with the XLR thing on the microphone. Sorry if I cut out a little bit. Oh well. So Lana notes that even Clark must have crossed a moral line at some point to protect someone he loves. Clark says he is responsible.
Nope, never crossed any lines.
Nope, never,
made
not
any
one
mistakes on this
time.
show.
Total moral fucking purity over here, bitch.
By the way, I killed your parents. We
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
talked about that yet.
Yeah. Just fucking dunked them. Clark says he is responsible for the situation due to all the secrets he kept from her, and now she can't trust him. Lana insists on living with the decisions that she's made and says she needs to know he loves her no matter what. Clark doesn't reply. We get another needle
Ooh.
drop to pull us out. I wish it was good. It
it's
wasn't
not.
good, and I wish it was.
That song doesn't fit either. The whatever needle drop they had at the end, it does not fit.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, just it doesn't work. This episode doesn't work. I can see why they thought it might, but it doesn't.
This is the first time Lana Lang is an antagonist in the episode, is what it says in the notes here. The which episode?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? We got feature music this episode. My Eyes by Travis. So Down by Salim Nuralal. Girl from Petaluma by John Dwyer and Ronald Mendelsohn, and Spell by Marie Digby. I assume that's that final needle drop that doesn't fit.
Man,
We didn't get the hits.
We're at the bottom of the barrel this week.
I love this note here. The fact that it was an incomplete transfer of powers leaves it unknown as to the level of distribution of the solar energy, or if it was equalized, not the powers themselves, seeing as it was not selective. If you're the person who wrote that, you gotta get outside for a little bit, all right? All right? I know I love the energy. I love the passion you are bringing. I need you to put your phone, close your computer. I need you to just go
turn this podcast off.
Go look at a tree.
Well, first, rate, review, and subscribe.
And then go look at a tree. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. Homework assignment for the week: go for one walk. Around a block.
You don't go crazy. You don't gotta push yourself. I don't even need you to raise your heart rate too much. I need you to. It's all about getting the air, getting moving. Okay.
Look at the sun.
All right. That's out of love. That's out of love. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to read this whole fucking chunk here. Chloe's interpretation of Isis to Lana was inaccurate. Isis has stolen I meant to mention, there were like 3 Evil Wilson moments. Lionel has an Evil Wilson. Chloe gets an Evil Wilson, and I think Lex comes in with one at the. We haven't seen Evil Wilsons in a while, and it was all about fucking mythology.
Evil Wilson, yes, I totally forgot about Evil Wilsons. We got a lot. Who was it? Chloe was talking about Isis, the god or whatever.
So yes, that's what I have here. Chloe's interpretation of Isis to Lana was inaccurate. Isis had stolen the power from the deities, as Chloe stated. However, in mythological terms, that was good because she gave it to humanity to use, thus empowering humanity to be free of the whims of the deities. In metaphorical terms, it was the idea that at one time the Nile would flood and those around it would have no control over it. They saw it as the god's punishment. That, I don't know if that's true. However, they eventually learned to control it and work with it. Never mind. They got here. Control it and work with it so that the flood wouldn't destroy their crops. Mankind took the deity's control over them. In the end, it is almost analogous to what Lana does. She steals the Prometheus suit. Prometheus stole fire from the deities and allowed us to create civilization. There is some consistency in the religious motifs surrounding Lana, they note in parentheses, and use it for humanity. I regret starting that. I just should have not said that.
Live and learn, you know?
Yeah. The password for Lex's safe at plant number 4 is 5185. Lana states that this is the date of the last meteor shower. That just should... Why have a password? If, like, the line is, just go, if you don't believe me, go check the computer. The password is 51805. The date of the last meteor shower.
It must be, might as well be NBA Jam.
Yeah, right. Just, it's on the computer over there.
Shaq Fu.
Yeah. This is funny. It is peculiar that after Lois was injured at the Daily Planet, she went or was taken to Smallville Medical Center.
What? I was going to ask because it looked like Smallville Medical. I was like, they're just using the same sets for
the
Metropolis.
bridge.
The bridge. Yeah,
it's like, way faster into Smallville over the bridge.
The Julian Luther Memorial Bridge.
That's it. And it's no fucking problem.
Yeah, but if it's an she had a concussion, it's an emergency.
It's just faster over the bridge. We don't know how deep in Manhattan they were, or into Metropolis they were.
Metropolis, yeah.
Yeah. God, these are all so fucking boring.
We don't have to read any of them.
No, I'm looking for literally an interesting one. Just give me one to fucking. No, that's it. That's it. Read this for
I have a
yourself.
non Smallville thing I wanted to talk about. I was hoping it would come up naturally, but it didn't.
Yeah, hit it.
So I've spent the last month or so reading and just finished reading Lord of the Rings for the first time.
Oh man, one of my favorites.
Now, I think we've all experienced this phenomenon before where some universally beloved property we haven't experienced, everyone else has, and everyone's telling us it's monumental.
Right,
It's
right.
the best thing ever. And then one of two things usually happens. Usually one is you experience the thing and you're like, I see why you like it. It's not,
Right.
it was okay, maybe for its time. And then the other thing that happens is like, oh shit, I think that might be underrated.
Right.
Like where you're surprised at how good it is, even though literally everyone has been telling you how good it is.
Right. Sure.
It's so good that you're still surprised how good it is. And that's what Lord of the Rings was for me.
Oh hell, I'm so glad.
Blown away. I was blown away.
I'm so glad.
How
It's
fucking good it was. And I loved The Hobbit. I read that a few years back. I even like this more than The Hobbit, dude.
It's such a beautiful, comforting, exciting, funny read.
Yes.
Like it's
yes. I had seen the movies when they came out. I haven't seen them since. I plan to.
I think you'll enjoy. You'll enjoy revisiting.
I think I will. But I assumed a lot of what I liked about those movies was an invention of the movies because it felt more modern.
Right.
A lot of that is in the books.
Yes.
A lot of that is in the books. And the thing that turns me off of mythology, a lot of that is in this story, which is like character names that are made up and sound the same. Sauron and Saruman. We couldn't have done two different names than that to help me with my confusion a little bit.
Right.
A lot of like dense descriptions of geography, which are hard for me to digest, but the story is so fucking good and exciting. That's what I think. I think a lot of fantasy probably goes wrong modern days is that they're all about world building, which this story has, but that's not. It would have been shit without the story, the exciting story.
I was thinking about how fantasy always like, oh, world building. You always hear about world building and like, oh, this series is great because of all the world building. And the template for that is always Lord of the Rings. And you always talk about Tolkien and the languages. And like, all right, it's still like a fairy tale land and there's a bad city with monsters.
Right. Yes. No, totally. And it's a huge world that he created and it's a dense world. But if the story wasn't exciting and the characters weren't fantastic, no one would give a fuck.
Not at all. And that's where that Lord of the Rings like TV show, it's like, oh, look at all of Tolkien's world.
Yes.
Like, yeah, all right.
I mean,
can there be a character who's fun?
It's also why, I mean, I haven't read it, but I'm assuming why the Silmarillion or whatever the fuck it's called is not a classic for people like Lord of the Rings is.
Right.
Like,
That's
it's all world building.
That's all world building.
No exciting story.
Which
honestly, whenever in the Lord of the Rings, they're like, hey, this guy is the king of this place who is the son of this place, and this happened to him, and that's when my eyes glazed over.
Right. And that's if I've now reread Lord of the Rings several times, and what's a delight is first you come for that hot fucking story, Aragorn becomes the fucking king, leads the army, saves the fucking day, and the two little guys make it up the mountain.
It's a fucking suicide mission too, man. They don't think they're coming back.
It's so fucking dope. So you come for that. And then, you kind of, your eyes glaze over, you kind of page through the fucking story about the other guy. It's the next read where you're like, hang on, this is pretty fucking good too.
Right, totally. I'm sure. I mean, it's rich. I can tell how rich it is.
Yeah. I mean, people have fucking PhDs in it and shit,
I mean, I get it. It's so good. I was
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Me too, man. It was one of the rare books where obviously I was excited. I was wanting to read, but I wasn't like excited to be finishing it. I was like, oh, I don't want to be done. This is great.
I know. It is just like you want to crawl inside of it, into the pages of it.
Yeah.
It's like it's a blanket of a book.
Yeah.
what I recommend next when you've digested the book before hopping on to the movies, if I'll send you a link. I love the BBC radio drama from the 80s.
Oh, cool.
Ian Holm is Frodo. Bill Nighy is Sam. And it is the cast of the Lord of the Rings movie. If they didn't have time to read the books before the movie, Peter Jackson had them listen to this radio drama. And the screenplay for the movies is basically the radio drama.
Oh, really? Okay.
The radio drama cracked a lot of the problems one would have turning a book like that into a narrative action adventure movie.
Right, yeah.
Very well. So I do it's very good. It's an extremely good adaptation.
Hell yeah.
So recommend those.
I just got in the mail from Amazon the Blu-ray of the Lord of the Rings theatrical cuts, because I'm not a maniac.
The theatrical cut. It's okay. I'm sure we've talked about it on the goddamn show before, but everyone has to stop acting like the extended editions are the definitive cuts. They are not. The theatrical cuts are. Even Peter Jackson himself is just like, we shot a lot of good stuff, and I know people who like the books are going to want to see it. You know?
Right.
That's all they are.
No. I will not be watching a 4+ hour cut of Return of the King. I'm sorry, I will not do it.
No, don't do it.
Also, I loved the stuff in the Shire with Saruman in the book. I would not have put it in the movie either. You can't at that point in the movie, you have to get out. They do not get out quick in that movie from what I remember, but you can't. You have to get out as quick as you can.
No.
Once the rings dropped in the pit, in movie world, you need to wrap it up. In the book, you're allowed a little more runway there to land on.
Yes. It's fuck. We should do the movies for the show at some point, just in between seasons or something.
Yeah.
That would be fun. But I love
or if we had another show that was more dedicated to
that
movies,
would be good. That'd be good. That'd be a good place to do that there too. But like, I remember people getting mad. Do you remember fucking Glorfindel in Fellowship of the Ring? The guy when Frodo gets stabbed, he's the elf who helps him get to fucking Rivendell. They make it Liv Tyler in the movie, Arwen, and like, yeah.
Oh my god, who could care? Who could care?
It's like,
who's
yeah,
upset about that?
let's get a character who is a large part of the emotional stakes for one of the main characters. Let's have her be on screen a little more so that we can, in the visual medium, show you the character and like why he's in love with her and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. I mean, sorry to axe Glorfindel.
Exactly. I forgot that was the case, but I do remember. I was just thinking when I was reading the book, like, I don't feel much attachment to that character. I knew that was the Liv Tyler character,
right?
But I'm like, it's interesting that I don't feel much attachment to her. I know I did in the movie a lot more.
Right.
That's why, right there. Yeah, because they introduced her and they gave her stuff to do.
Right. Which is not it's now not saying the book is wrong for not including Arwen more. It's Tolkien. Lord of the Rings was for the boys, man. That's a book about boys loving each other, man. It sucks that every fantasy book is a book about boys, but that doesn't mean Lord of the Rings is about the boys.
With the exception of the character who falls in love with Aragorn, but doesn't end up with him.
Yeah. Why am I fucking blanking? I can see
Eowyn or something?
Eowyn. God damn.
Eowyn.
Brain fart.
See, all the names sound the fucking same, Brian. That's the problem. Fucking guy, Tolkien. That's like rule number 1 of writing. Don't name characters with the same letter.
How about fucking Rachel? Rachel would have been fine.
He goes even further. The balls, Brian. The balls to have 2 villains and name them like one letter apart.
One works for the other.
Sauron and Saruman. This is a who's on first bit waiting to happen. Sauron meets Saruman. Saruman. It's just unbelievable. But in spite of that, one of the greatest things I've ever read, a monumental achievement.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Blew me the fuck away.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, brother. I think that's going to wrap us up for this week. Do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
Oh man, I didn't even think of one. Is it gonna get better? Is this gonna get better for us?
Good night, everybody.
Oh, all right.
It's good to know.
Good to know, yeah.